We are talking about triangle congruence postulates, and we want to use these postulates in order to prove triangles are congruent or prove parts of triangles are congruent. And so in the first step says redraw overlapping triangles. So in this case, we do have overlapping triangles that we're going to have to use. And so one of the overlapping triangles is going to be LMK or KLM. So I'm going to take this, kind of trace it, and then I'm going to slide it over. It's going to be a little bit difficult to do because it's kind of jammed up a little bit, a little cramped space there. Then we go to KL. So it's going to be about 2 to the S. It doesn't have to be exact. And then our last, should have been more patient there, our last side. And I'm going to just label it. So we got M, K, L. So not a great drawing, but it will allow us to see the drawing a little bit better. So line segment NM or NL bisects line segment AK, and that is given. So we can't do anything with that, but that says line segment LN bisects AK. So what that's going to eventually say is that those sides are congruent by definition of bisector. So we can say AL is congruent to KL by definition of bisector. All right, next piece of information. We have angle A is congruent to angle K. So angle A is congruent to angle K. And that is given. Another piece of given from this first piece was also given information from right here. Then we have another piece of given information. We have angle N is congruent to angle M. And that's also given. So we've already used 2, so I'm going to use 3. Angle M and angle N. And I marked this angle over here on K, but I should mark it over here. And we use 2. So we go around the triangle, we have angle, angle, side. So we've proven the triangles are congruent by angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. And it works because this is not a swear word if we were to spell it out. Now we just have to match up the correct pieces. And we can use the angles to help us out here. So angle A is congruent to angle K. So A is congruent to K. N is congruent to M, and so N is the last, so M has to be last. And then what's left? So we have K, M, so we have L. L is congruent to itself. All right? And then the last part we have to prove the parts of the triangle. So line segment AN is congruent to line segment KM. So AN is first and last, and KM is first and last. So that's corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent.